I'm with Luna. I'd hug that pumpkin.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Don't share it with your kids.
Well, she hardly did she? Those are the poor little things.
You were saying you wanted to affect the taste.
Well, did I mention that?
Make it sweet.
Yes, maybe. Yeah.
Right, let's move on to the weather. And the fog is starting to lift, isn't it, Lily, after days of disruption for travellers. However, still hanging around. When's it set to clear?
Well, it is improving. There were a few patches earlier today, so a few flights cancelled and delayed, but most of them actually did make it in. And it is improving. Tomorrow is looking more misty rather than foggy. Now, for those of you who aren't sure on the definition, I've got them for you here. So fog is what we've had obviously this week, very reduced visibility, and it's when you cannot make things out that are more than 1,000 metres or 1 kilometre away, and planes can't land in fog, so it causes all of that disruption. Whereas mist, on the other hand, things can be a bit murky, visibility is reduced, but you can see things more than 1,000 metres away, and it's not quite as much as a problem when it comes to travelling, but obviously mist can thicken into fog, so if you do see it in the forecast, it's a good idea just to check your travel in case.
Yeah, and from some sort of the definition to myth or fact in that case, because it always seems that the Channel Islands get more fog than other places. Is that true?
I would say myth. Talking to my colleagues from Jersey Met, we don't get any more fog than, say, France or the UK, but it does feel like that, possibly just because living on an island, obviously sometimes you need to fly if you want to get away, and it can be very disruptive. But actually, when we take a look at the satellite from earlier today, looking at the rest of the UK, very grey, very overcast, and very few breaks for sunshine. And actually, the whole of this month has been a rather bleak picture. Not much sunshine at all. A touch for parts of Scotland like Aberdeen, but lots of places in the UK only getting a few hours, and for us here in the Channel Islands it's been almost zero. Only Guernsey on the 1st of November had a glimmer of sunshine, just 40 minutes. For the rest of us it's been nothing, so if it's felt quite gloomy, well, that would be why.
And it does feel like it's something that affects us more in the autumn and winter. Is that true?
Yes, I would say so, because we don't get some of the conditions needed to clear off the fog once it arrives. So obviously into the cooler winter months, we have less sunshine, daylight hours are reduced, and also the sun isn't quite as strong. Those conditions are needed to burn off the sun. Now, another thing that can help clear it are stronger winds, but this week we've had very light winds, just force 2 and a force 3. So that's why the fog has been lingering. It's not been able to clear off so well, but we should thankfully be through the worst of it now. It's looking rather cloudy, but hopefully not too foggy. Here's the weather. Well, it has been another autumnal day, but at least dry, allowing some of you to get out for a dog walk among the brown and orange leaves. Today, though, very grey and cloudy. There was some fog for a time this morning, causing a touch of disruption and delays among the flights, but it cleared also, not as bad as earlier in the week, though it is still staying rather grey and cloudy tonight, with some mist patches as well. We aren't expecting there to be much in the way of fog, though. The wind's light to moderate, coming in from a southeasterly direction, and it is a dry night to come, with minimum temperatures of 10 and 11 degrees. So tomorrow looking like another dry day, and it will be grey and cloudy, quite misty as well at times, but we aren't expecting significant fog, so there shouldn't be too much disruption when it comes to flying. The winds are light force 3 to moderate force 4 at times, still coming in from the southeast, and maximum temperatures of 14 degrees across the islands. Let's get our times then of high water between around 9:30 in the morning and 10:30, later on between 10:30 and 11:15, and the sea temperature is now at 15 degrees. So moving through the week, the high pressure that's been trapping the mist and fog is now clearing off, low pressure moving in, and this weather front will freshen up the air. We'll be into some slightly cooler, slightly less moist air. See high pressure building for a time into early next week, so that may well allow for some glimmers of brightness, at least getting slightly brighter than what we've been used to. It may well be cloudy at times, but we shouldn't have the really murky conditions and shouldn't have so much in the way of mist and fog as we head into the weekend and into early next week. The wind's staying light and temperatures around average for the time of year.